Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Festival edition today. We are with Kellie Schmidt. She's with the Quad Cities Chamber of Commerce. Kellie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, you've got a number of events throughout the years. Give us a real quick background on you. Where'd you grow up? Talk a little bit about your family and career.
Sure. So I grew up in Cushing, Minnesota, which is a population of 65 people, so a very small town. I graduated from Little Falls High School and went on to college in the cities. And I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science in Marketing and Management from Metro State University. From there, I just wanted to start a career. So I worked for a couple different companies. I was an operations manager for an amusement park, which was a lot of fun, being able to book events and just kind of manage young kids and help them kind of gain experience. And then went on to work for a mental health company where I was a volunteer and event coordinator there. And I worked for the city of Lino Lakes in their public services and rec department, helping to just support those areas and help plan events. And now I'm with the Chamber of Commerce for the Quad area.
Perfect, perfect. All right, let's jump into a number of events you have throughout. Let's start summer and go to fall. You can highlight each one, but really what our listeners are going to want to know is when they come to town and they come to this event, what does it look like? What does it smell like, meaning food? What does it sound like, meaning activities, entertainment, etc.?
Sure. Well, we are involved in quite a few events coming up this summer and into the fall. We are just one organization that's helped planning each of these events. We're a little piece of each of it, but we have Fête des Lacs, which is July 11th through the 16th in Centerville. And it is a very fun family event. They have different events throughout the entire week, including live music in the park. They have a public safety day with different demos with canines, fire department. So you might smell some smoke and stuff there, but it'll go pair well with all the smoked food and stuff that they always have. They usually have some barbecue trucks and trailers. Community bike rides. It's very community friendly for all ages and offers something for everyone. So it's a ton of fun to attend the Fête des Lacs event. They have a small town parade. Again, it's one of those small towns that just has a lot of love for the community. So we provide the vendor fair, and the Lions and the city are really putting on the bulk of the event.
Very
and
cool.
Then the next one that we're involved in is Blue Heron Days, and that is going to be August 17th through 20th in Lino Lakes. We are kind of taking under with the Centennial School District, the Food Truck and Fun Festival, and that's August 17th. So as you can imagine, there's quite a few food trucks there. There's going to be music because we have a Minnesota Sings competition where we ask amateur singers. There's two different age groups, 13 to 20 and then 21 plus, to come out and give us your best song, right? And then we also have a car show going on. So as people are listening to the music and grabbing some food, they kind of have some cool cars and stuff to look at. And that's just one thing part of Blue Heron Days. The city is putting on a parade as well that Saturday, the 19th. And then they have different activities at the Rookery Activity Center. And then the Legion always puts on live music and like a family picnic and stuff. So there's lots of food, again, lots of different activities for people to partake in that are for all age groups. And then the Lexington Fall Fest. We've just kind of kicked off those meetings with them. They usually have live music, the vendor fair, and different activities as well. So kind of in that quad area that we serve, which is Centerville, Circle Pines, Lexington, and Lino Lakes, there's going to be a lot going on this summer.
Perfect, perfect. Talk about the impact that these events have on your community, either from an economic standpoint, from a social standpoint, and vice versa. Talk about the impact that these events have on your community or bring into your community.
Sure. Well, we hope that it brings in business, right? Like we as a chamber are hoping to support our small businesses. We have those vendor fairs there, but really one of our main goals is to connect resources in our community to those who live here. So throughout those different cities, people are able to come or even from outside and just kind of see what we're about, right? See what we're offering, and just kind of get together and enjoy each other. I think that that's kind of something that's been lost. People show up to these events, but really for some of these small towns too, it's all about the neighborhoods and getting those people together and then meeting some new people. But like I can't stress it enough, it's all about community and celebrating just being together.
Yeah, that's perfect. How long have you been doing this?
Well, actually, it's my first year with the chamber. So I'm just taking over as the executive director from Dorothy Rademacher, who's been doing a fabulous job. She really grew the chamber over the whole COVID. I don't know how people, you know, will call that. I don't want to offend anybody, but the whole COVID,
Yeah,
pandemic, when
yeah,
everything was shut down, she grew that. And we've really taken off and had more opportunities to be involved in our community.
that's great. That's great. All right. What's a moment in going to these events, whether you've been running them or not? Like, it's always important for me to know the impact that these events have in their communities. What's an example of a positive impact you've seen from one of these events?
Hmm. It's hard to kind of pick one, I guess, right?
Right,
We've
right.
had small businesses that have struggled getting their names and stuff out there, and the
Yeah.
vendor fair really helps promote them and keeps them going. Um, my family, we just moved to this area not too long ago, and I would say that going there is kind of what connected us to everybody. It's kind of like a networking opportunity or a meet your neighbors. And
Yeah.
through that, I just found out a lot of different things that the community has offered that I might not read about in like my city newsletter and stuff. And I realized that there was so many more organizations, so many more opportunities to get involved. So I would say that that's probably one of our biggest impacts out there is, again, just connecting community resources. And there's so much going on that it's sometimes hard for people to read it all when it's coming to their house and mailers and
Yeah.
stuff. This is a live event with people there that you can talk to and you can notice things in a fun atmosphere.
That's great. You mean obviously your chamber needs to take care of its members, help boost that, and also provide a service to community. That's perfect. Okay, couple of fun questions. I'm in live music and live entertainment full time, so I always ask this because I like to survey the nation. Very simply, this: I just want to know what's the best concert you've ever been to your entire life, Kellie?
I'm going to throw out two.
All
I know
right.
you asked me for one, but I'm going to throw out two. One is for the nostalgic piece.
Okay.
I went to a Bellamy Brothers concert with my parents when I was young.
Yep.
I would have to say that that was probably my favorite just because they were so excited to share it with me. And I'll never forget the excitement and everything that they had in the car ride there and the talk around it and everything. And I would say that one sticks out in my mind. And then, of course, Keith Urban. I've seen him a couple different times. I enjoy his music. I've seen him at WeFest, which is probably one of the best places I've seen him just because the crowd and the energy was there and everybody singing together and everything. And he was just feeling that energy and the stage was just like on fire. It was crazy. I loved it.
Hey, dead or alive, you could bring one musical act to one of your towns. Who would you bring?
um, if I picked a dead person, it would be Elvis Presley. I enjoy
Yes.
his I enjoy his movie, and he's the king, right? Like,
Right?
why wouldn't you bring back the king? And otherwise, I would say Goo Goo Dolls. I haven't
Yeah.
seen them in concert, and I would love to see them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been a little selfish this afternoon. I've asked all the questions. This is a segment of the show. You get to ask me a question. Kellie, what would you ask me?
I would say, out of all the festivals that you've attended, what has been your favorite one, and what made it special?
Well, for me, that's Gulf Shores Shrimp Festival in Orange Beach. I love the Gulf Shores anyway. But when you mix the variety of entertainment they had, it wasn't just a country fest. It was a ton of different acts, and to be able to listen and enjoy that, and then all of the great food, and then you add in the beach, and it's perfect. So that was the great one for us.
The
Yep.
atmosphere,
Yep,
sure.
absolutely, Kellie. Great question. What is the best way for people to find out more about your events throughout the year?
Sure. You can, I say the easiest way because people don't always remember, right? Those websites, just Google Quad Area Chamber of Commerce. We have a website that has a calendar and people can even submit their events to that calendar. So it's always growing, new information coming up. or you can visit the cities that we are involved with, and they will also have information. But again, our website will link to those events and those city pages. So really, it's kind of a one-stop shop.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, Kelly, thanks for being on with us today. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Well, baby,